Ratri. I'm so glad you're here as always with me. It's the 9 days of the goddess. It's the energy of the Divine Mother as she appears in all of her forms within us, as us, for us. And one of the stories I was thinking about last night was the story of the little boy who was able to stop an elephant. So the story goes that there was an elephant that would walk down the streets every day and was always prancing, but was getting in all kinds of trouble, like stealing stuff from stores and knocking things over. And so this little boy would come running out and stop the elephant and tell it to behave. And it did. Every day this happened. And the story got back to the powers that be that ran the town. And they said, wait a minute, what is it about this little boy that he's able to stop an elephant? How is that possible? So they went to his grandmother, because he lived with his grandmother, and said to her, what is so special about this boy? That's pretty amazing for him at a very young age to be able to do that, to stop an elephant and get the elephant to behave, right? And she said, well, he's a nice boy, but he has nothing to worry about. There's nothing in his life to worry about. He gets fed, he gets clothed, he plays. He's just a happy-go-lucky boy. So he said to her, he said to the grandma, listen, do me a favor. I just want to try something. He said, tonight when you go to give him dinner, put less salt in it so it doesn't really taste as good. And she said, well, why? Just do that. If you don't mind, just do that for me. And she said, okay. And then when he says what's different, say, I don't have enough money for salt. I'm really sorry, honey. This is the best I can do. So that's what she did. She followed the rules. She made dinner a little less salty or no salt at all. And the little boy said, what is up? The food is different tonight. What happened? And she said, well, I don't have enough money. She followed directions for salt. And he got really upset. And I'm going to go to the store and get you salt, Grandma. I'll be right back. He runs to the store, and the storekeeper says, you can't just get salt. You have to have a job. You have to have money. You have to give me something. You have to give me money in return. And the little boy went home very worried. So the next day, you guys know the story, right? The next day, the elephant comes. The boy runs out. He cannot stop the elephant. He cannot stop the elephant. Now, here's the deal. We're in the day of Lakshmi, of Navaratri, is the 9 days of the goddess. Lakshmi says, gain your powers from within, your inherent powers. Stay with those powers, because if for some reason you doubt or worry, I will disappear. If you do not believe in me, that inherent value of you, if you do not believe fully that you have all the treasures, the gold, that you have everything that you would ever need, you will lose me. You will lose power. And this is what happened to the little boy by what? Mere worry. So there's 3 seed sounds that we use in the calling of Lakshmi. So close your eyes. The power of the seed sound I'm, it's spelled A-I-M, enables us to distinguish truth from untruth, real from unreal, good from bad, and right from wrong. That's I'm, that small little sound of I'm, A-I-M. The sound of Hrim, H-R-I-M, it's a second bija, enables the mind to discover the tools and means for attaining the goals. It draws our hidden wealth to us and transports us to where our wealth is hidden. H-R-I-M. And then Shreem is the third bija, infuses the process of inner illumination, inner discovery, beauty and joy, to live in beauty and joy. 3 simple sounds, so powerful. Just remember, when you worry, you take away your power. So we'll do it 9 times. I'll do it the first time, and then we'll do 9 more times, okay? So with your eyes closed, listen. Om I'm sorry. Om I'm Hrim Shreem. Try it with me 9 times. Om I'm Hrim Shreem. Om Hrim Shrim. Om Aim 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 Hrim Shrim. Last one. Om Aim Hrim Shrim. You understand that you are the power of the universe. There's no need to worry. If you have full faith that the universe is doing exactly what it needs to for us to elevate, there's no need to worry. Bring your hands together at your heart center. Inhale for the sound of Om. Big breath in. Release your hands. Open your eyes. Good. Come into child's pose, please. Stretch out through your fingers. Stretch out through your toes. Breathe deep into your body, into the rivers and lakes of your body, into the rivers and lakes of your mind. Feel yourself as the elements of nature. Feel yourself as Lakshmi, the earth goddess. And trust that this earth, this place that we're walking together, is doing exactly what it needs to do. And come on up to your hands and knees. Begin to cat and cow. Cat and cow. Inhale, exhale. Om Aim Hrim Shrim. Om Aim Hrim Shrim. Nice, everybody. Flow like the rivers within you. One of the mantras of Lakshmi in the Sri Sukta talks about, may the Divine Mother who resides as lakes and ponds be the source of nourishment. I'll read you a little bit more about that later. Downward facing dog, please. Invite a deeper exhale here, please. Maybe bend your knees deeply, send your hips high to the sky. And then press your thighs back to straight as you drop your heels toward the earth. Lift your armpits, lift your rib cage, soften at the back of your heart. And then take that slow, beautiful walking meditation, feet to hands. Bend your knees deeply, reach your arms forward and up, chair. Rise up to stand, take a hold of that left wrist and pull to the right. Push down through those legs, widen through those sit bones. Come back up to center, try the other side. And come all the way back up. Reach those fingertips to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, bow forward. And sending your left leg back behind you. Inhale the arms up to the sky, high lunge. Bend those elbows, squeeze behind the heart, lean back. Now bend your back knee for just a moment. Good. Feel that sense of releasing through the pelvis. And then as you straighten that back leg, there's a real remembrance of strength and power and support. Drop your hands down to the floor. Take your right arm to the sky. Reach up. Take that arm over your ear. Extend. Reach through the rib cage. Good. Now take that right arm back behind you, like you're reaching to the back of your mat. Lower your back knee down to the mat. And inhale both arms to the sky. Inhale. Exhale your hands down to the floor. Step back plank pose. Lower all the way down to your belly. Rise up into cobra. Open your mouth. Stick out your tongue. Take it back to child's pose and take a breath. After that exhale, rise up into downward facing dog. Step your left foot forward. Take it into high lunge. Bend your elbows. Lean back. Lower your back knee just a little bit for a moment. Let the pelvis release. Squeeze even the pelvic floor if you'd like here, and then push that back leg to straight. Inhale deeply. Exhale your hands to the floor. Take your left arm up to the sky. Reach up. Take that arm over your ear. Extend. Nice, everybody. Fall back, fall back, fall back. Good. And then reach that left arm behind you to the back of your mat. Drop your back knee, sweep both arms forward and up, Anjaneyasana. Inhale deeply here. Fill the body with breath. And then drop those hands down to the floor, downward facing dog. Gorgeous. Forward to plank. Lower to your belly. Rise up into cobra. Open your mouth. Stick out your tongue. Press back to child's pose. A full breath there. Rise up to your hands and knees, cat and cow. The rivers, the waters, the lakes, and the ponds inside of you. It's interesting in studying goddess Lakshmi, you often think that she's all about just money in the bank, which she is. She's definitely about prosperity and abundance. But it's the way we look at abundance in everything, the value of everything in your life. Downward facing dog. Walk or jump to squat for a moment. If you can't squat, you'll be in chair. Drop again into your pelvis. Drop again into that watery element of the pelvis. Fluid. Good. And then place your hands on the floor. Turn your feet forward. Lift your butt up slightly. Those of you that are in chair, you're just going to come a little lower and reach your arms out in front of you. So I want your butt even higher, Lisa, if you can. Patrice, higher. Okay, good. Yep, yep. So your belly's facing the floor. Yep, your groins are light. And then rise all the way up to stand. Beautiful job. Bring your hands to your heart center and close your eyes. You might have been pretty low, just the way the camera was. Good. Hug your left knee into your chest, please. And then I want you to soften that line of where your groin is, that left top of your thigh. I want you to soften it. I want it to release. Good. And then send it back. Virabhadrasana 3. Take the arms forward or back, up to you. So I'm looking for the value of softness, the value to have action in your life with soft. Beautiful. You guys bring that leg forward. As you bring the knee into your chest, again, release in that groin area, relax. You can send a message there, soften, and then release the foot back down. Nice, everybody. Good. Right, there's so much attention to when we're coming into the pose that we might get a little rigid. So reach your right knee into your chest. And then pause there for a moment and right at that crease, I want your mind to soften it. Lift through your chest, soften through your ribs as well, navel in. And then go ahead and send that right leg back behind you, Virabhadrasana 3, go slow. Nice. Start to pull that knee back into your chest. And the same idea, when it comes in, take a moment with your mind to soften the top of that thigh, relax. And lower that foot back down. Good, bend both knees, chair. And then come on up to your tippy toes, get light. Good, rise up to your tippy toes with straight legs. Rise up, rise up, rise up. Lower those heels and bring your hands to your heart center. Bring your left knee into your chest. Wrap your left knee on top of your right knee, Garudasana. Squeeze your shins toward each other. Take your right elbow on top of your left. Draw your elbows down to meet your knees and breathe. This is pretty quick to get into Garudasana, I know. Now soften the groin, pull it apart. Pull it apart. Soften your eyes. Good, and then fly away. The eagle with the greater vision. That is the idea of Lakshmi. There's a greater vision happening here. So to worry through it is worthless. It takes away our power. Right knee into your chest. Remember, take your mind to the top of the thigh, relax it. It can engage. I'm not telling you not to engage, but don't make it hard. Right knee on top of left, left elbow on top of right. Sit back. Go deep, go low. Breathe, longer exhales. Rise up. Nice job. Gorgeous. Sit back into chair. Hands on your thighs. Cat and cow. Watch those shins as they draw in. They're going to support you. Release through the groins. Right, that middle back, get it to stretch. Good, reach the arms up alongside the ears. Now, what happens when I ask you to lift your tippy toes? Do you get hard there? Lift your tippy toes. Rise up to straight legs. Drop your heels and bow forward. Take your left leg back behind you. Take your right leg to meet a downward facing dog. Bend your knees deeply, cat-cow here. Your mind is at that watery place within you, right into the pelvis, right in top of the thighs. Good, and then lower the knees all the way down to the mat and press back child's pose. Challenge yourself during these days of Navaratri to do something extremely creative. Pick something to do that is, I really want to do it, but I don't know if I have the creativity. Challenge yourself. You guys know I love to cook, and we have been, it could be how great Kathy's house is up here too that inspires me, but OMG, the food up here has been off the charts because I'm trying different things I've never done before. The goddess will be behind whatever creativity you have in your heart, in your mind, in your body. Come on up to your hands and knees, downward facing dog. All right foot comes forward, lunge. Lower your back knee, Anjaneyasana. Hands on your front thigh, press into your thigh, press your knee forward. So you can even take that knee all the way to the tip of your toes, you know that. And notice that your left knee is not right underneath your left hip. Smart. Good, now take your arms out in front of you for a moment. just straight out in front of you, like you're reaching for me if I was in front of you. And now clasp your hands together. And then press your palms toward me, tuck your chin into your chest, and curl your rib cage back round. Keep that rounding. Keep it, keep it, keep it. And take your arms up to the sky. Good. Now replace your right hand down onto your right knee and maybe reach your left hand back for your left ankle, taking the foot off the floor, beginning a thigh stretch. So it doesn't have to be bringing that heel all the way into your outer hip. Maybe you're just starting to lift that foot up, spread your toes and lean back. Now take your right arm up. If you're not lifting your back heel, just take both arms back up to the sky. Beautiful, Jen. You got it. Lisa, take your right outer armpit back more. Throat back. Nice. And touch down, hands down to the floor. Beautiful, everybody. Downward facing dog. Take it through a vinyasa of your choice. Maybe throw a Vashisthasana in there. That's up to you. Nice, everybody. Lakshmi, inner prosperity, caretaker of your prosperity. Left foot steps forward when you're ready. Lower your back knee. Inhale your arms to the sky. Again, notice the placement of your back knee. Make sure it's not right underneath your hip. Notice the placement of your front knee, that it pushes all the way toward that second toe. Now place your hands down on that thigh and move the thigh forward. Lift the chest up, pull those shoulders. So you always want to think to yourself, can I draw my side body a little longer? Can I get my side ribs to get a little more space? And then lean back. Good. Some of you can go ahead and take your arms back up to the sky. Some of you reach your left hand back to hold that ankle lifted off the floor. As you bring the back ankle off the floor, it doesn't have to be into full thigh stretch. Absolutely not. Spread those toes. That's it. Nice, Andra. Beautiful. Susan, nice. Kathy, good. Lift that chest. Outer armpit. So it's really interesting. I take that left outer armpit, left inner elbow back. Power. Good. Release down. Downward facing dog. Good. Roll forward to plank. Lower all the way down to your belly and stay, please. Maybe make a little pillow for a couple of seconds. Raylene and I were taking Veronica's class through our Goddess Rising that we've been doing. We most of the stuff is pre-recorded. We are going to have some live stuff coming up, but I know some of you are doing the Goddess Rising with us. And so we took Veronica's class, one of her classes yesterday, and it was funny because we went into Child's Pose, and I think we were there for, I don't know if Veronica's still listening, but I think we were there for less than a second. We were like, what the heck was that? I love the inner conversation or outer conversation we can have when nobody can hear us. Veronica. All right, come up to Sphinx pose, on up to those elbows. Yeah, see, she was right. She was saying, she was telling, she texted, put something in our private Facebook that I complained to. So she's absolutely right. Elbows underneath shoulders. I'm probably one of the biggest complainers. Pull your chest through, pull your navel in. And then slide your left forearm in front of you. Take your hand back for your right ankle if you can. So you're going to do a little deeper thigh stretch here. Maybe not, though. Again, maybe your knee is not having it. So stay in Sphinx. That's totally fine with me. You're working that wonderful lift of your shoulders. Now, if you have your back heel, start to press your knee down into the floor and spread your toes. Very good. Nice, Margie. Good. Nice lift, Nancy. Beautiful, Linda. Great, Gwen. All right. So remember, when you guys release, you're releasing, but you're still in it. So make sure you're still in it when you're releasing, if that makes sense. So that shin is hugging in. I got really dark on you. Anyhow. Okay, second side. Reach for the other ankle. Good. Take that knee and press it down. Lift that chest, pull that navel in. So much feeling of it'd be great to just drop my rib cage here, but don't do it. Good. As that heel comes in, spread the toes. Yesterday when I was practicing, I did a little less of a thigh stretch to really get into it and feel it. So maybe pull out of it a little bit. Press the knee down, pull the toes back. Beautiful. And release. Good. Downward facing dog. I just heard words of light for you, but I don't know. The other way, you think so, Ronnie? Oh, smart, Ronnie. Kind of. Still a little darker, but I guess it's a little better. Okay. Good. Here we go. Right foot forward. Oh, good to Virabhadrasana too. Okay. Do you guys know the drill here? Drop your left knee. Bend your left knee. Let your pelvis drop. Oof. So that when you go to straighten that leg, there's so much balance there. There's so much evenness between the back leg and the front leg. Good. Straighten that front leg and take it into triangle. Nice. Beautiful, Ludmila. That's it. Good, Susie, Jessica, Jen. All right, so what would this look like if I said to you, this is not triangle, this is a back bend? What would it look like? Beautiful, Annette. Sarah, good. Good, so you're pulling internally into that navel. Nice, Mia, chest lifting. Good, now bend that left elbow and pull back that elbow. Bend that left elbow, pull back. Get the head of that shoulder way back. Good. Downward facing dog. Gwen, I think we were on the other leg. That's probably why that was confusing. So whichever, make sure you do the other leg on the other side. Good. Vinyasa of choice. Left foot forward as you are ready. OMG. Left foot forward, Virabhadrasana too. Naughty boy. Drop your back knee. Yes. Look how beautiful that is, Susan. Yes. Good. Now when you go to straighten that back leg, power it up. Feel it. Gorgeous. Straighten that front leg and reach for triangle. So we're on our left leg for most of us. Some of us were on our right because we're doing the other side. So I need to have the head of those shoulders back. That's what I need from you. So as the shoulders move back, nice, Andra. Very good. Yep. Now take the top arm and bend the elbow and draw it back. So you're going to squeeze that shoulder blade onto your back. Nice. And touch down, downward facing dog. Okay, forward to plank. Come down and lie on your belly. Come into Sphinx. Again, if you can do the thigh stretch, maybe if you can't reach back for it, just kick the heel toward the butt. If you can, put your right forearm in front of you, take your left hand back, hold that ankle once again. Yeah, Margie, I like that. So Margie actually reached the inside of the leg to get more of that shoulder to open. So see which side of the foot gives you more shoulder opening. Right, I want the head of that shoulder back. This is thigh stretch, yes, but it's also shoulder opening. Draw that knee, that heel down toward that outer hip. Press the knee down, lift the chest more. Good. Remember, as you release it, keep squeezing it toward the midline of the body. Release it, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. So it goes nice and slow as it comes down. Yep, and try the other side. Superstars you are. Good. Open that shoulder, draw the heel down, push the knee into the floor, breathe your breath. You can practice on the doggy bed if you want. Sorry, we have a little Eileen can't practice because my dog is lying on her mat and will not let her practice. Good. And gently release, downward facing dog. I know some of you know exactly what I'm talking about. Good. Jump to squat if you can. If you can't, jump up to the front of your mat and then come to chair. Good. Deep. Go deep. Sit deep. Sit, sit, sit. Yep. Jen Cahalan knows what I'm talking about. Yeah. Good. Hands on the floor. Lift your seat up to the sky. Come into standing forward bend. Open and close your mouth. Beautiful. Hands on your hips, push down through your legs, rise up to stand. Beautiful. Okay, draw your left knee into your chest. Left ankle on top of right knee this time. Your mind is already at your groin, right? You're already softening that space even before you sit back to chair. Flex that foot a lot. Left foot flexes, sit back to chair. Reach those arms up and alongside those ears. Push your ankle into that knee so there's something to push against. Get those hips back as far as you can. Patrice, can you put your ankle on top of your knee instead of tree? There you go. All the way on top of the knee. So it's your ankle, not your foot, honey. Good. Rise up to stand. Okay, try the other side, please. Hug the knee in first. Right ankle on top of left knee. Your mind goes to softening the spaces that need softening and opening. Vishnu, the consort of Lakshmi, lies on the ocean of consciousness. This is you, this is me. And from his navel, the lotus appears, which is consciousness rising. That's what's happening now. Consciousness is rising. Don't worry. Rise up, please. Sit back into chair. Bring your hands to your heart center. Prayer twist to the right. Squeeze that knee. Squeeze those shins. So good, you guys. And take it back to center. If you need to come out of chair, come out. If not, go to the other side. Rise back up all the way to stand. Bring your hands to your heart center. Close your eyes and feel. Your power, inherent power that you are, gets stolen. Still there, but it gets stolen by worry. Good, you guys. Okay, inhale those arms to the sky, please. Exhale, bow forward. Walk or jump back, take it through a vinyasa if you'd like. And then when you're ready, don't rush the vinyasa. When you're ready, slide your right knee forward for pigeon. Right knee comes up to your right wrist. And then slowly walk yourself forward until your forehead comes down to the mat or a block. It's kind of nice to have your forehead on a block too. So when I'm in pigeon, I do a couple of things. I do squeeze my knees toward each other and try to arch into my back a little bit. So I try to lift my belly off of my feet and kind of wiggle my sit bones wide. And then I rest a little. And then I try that again so that there's really a feeling of getting into some of the spaces that are typically tight. Hips obviously are. With that lotus rising from Vishnu's navel, consciousness rising. Out of the dark rises the lotus. Out of the mud rises the lotus. Out of the pond rises the lotus. So feel this as part of what we're moving through collectively, human race. If you would like to do the thigh stretch here, walk your hands back up and take your left hand to your left ankle. I usually do the twisting, but do it straight back. Yeah, Tracy, I know. I like the twisting one. But for today, reach back for the ankle. Remember the shoulders moving back, please. And then lift the chest. Some of you can take that right arm off of the floor. Some of you leave it right there. Or prop that right hand on a block. That's nice too. Good, Jen. Nice, Lisa. Good, Jessica. Some of you might even want to reach both hands back for that ankle for just a breath. And then as you're ready, Nancy, go ahead and release, downward facing dog. Remember, when you're releasing, you're still in the pose. Good. If you cannot, didn't look like it on this end, but if you cannot do pigeon, remember, lie on your back. Here's left knee coming through. Left knee comes behind your wrist. If you need to lie on your back, left ankle to right knee. Good. Pause for a moment. Squeeze those knees in. Widen those sit bones. Pull the rib cage in. And then as you come forward, feel free to put your head on a block or on the floor so there's a resting mind, but squeeze in a little, make a cave of pulling the rib cage in, navel in, and then melt through the heart. Please, Mother, Divine Mother, as Pushkarini, the divinity who presides over ponds and lakes, may ponds and lakes be filled with water. May mortals realize that ponds and lakes are integral to the web of life. They are vessels of life. May mortals also recognize that ponds and lakes are in their own bodies. Every cell is a pond and every organ is a lake. May these vital ponds and lakes be filled with the waters of Shri. May human beings cultivate a mind refined enough to sense energetic counterparts of these vital ponds and lakes. And through their refined minds, may they bathe in the lake of the senses located in the pelvic region, as well as the lake of discernment located in the region corresponding to the center of the forehead. Please bring this goddess of ponds and lakes to me, for only under her protection and guidance can I succeed in serving. Only through her guidance can I serve big. When you're ready, come on up and take that thigh stretch if you'd like to. Beautiful. Squeeze in, pull in, and gently release, downward facing dog. Come forward to plank, lower all the way down to your belly. Reach back for your ankles, but stay. Reach back for your ankles, but stay. Meaning forehead on the mat. And if you're not reaching your ankles, lift your shoulders maybe up as you reach back. Or maybe even take your hands into cobra, even though your heels are off the floor. And then slowly with the navel drawn in, start to lift those shoulders, lift those knees, pull in, pull in. Good. Bow pose. Now bend your elbow slightly, bend your elbow slightly, lift your chest more. Bend your elbows, lift your chest more, and release back into child's pose. Beautiful, everybody. This is the time. Nice during Navaratri. I always say the power is extraordinary. Power to create, Write some, draw some. Do something that you didn't think you could do. You've always wanted to do it. Do it now. Goddess is behind you, for you. Good. Come on up to downward facing dog. Walk or jump to squat. Or come into that chair again. And then rise all the way up to stand. Right from that squat. Come all the way up, 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 up. Gorgeous. Okay. And then here we go. Turn your feet straight ahead. And then reach back for your right ankle coming into Natarajasana. Reach back for that right ankle. You're going to be so ready for a back bend in a minute. Those thighs are so stretched out. Take your left arm to the sky. Hollow that left armpit. Nice, Susan. Make sure that back knee is not pointing out to the side. It's pointing straight down to the floor. Then lift your chest and lean forward. Some of you might even say to yourself, I want to reach both hands back to that ankle, left ankle. Good. Watch yourself that you're not turning open, Tracy. Make sure your hips still square to the floor. They might be. It's just the way your shirt is. I might not be able to see it. Good. Slowly come on up. Remember, you're still in the pose. As you release the foot, you release it slow. Good. Excellent. Okay, second side. Slowly reach back for that left ankle. Point the knee to the floor. Good. As you press that knee downward, lift your chest, draw that navel, and slowly start to move forward. King Dancer. Lakshmi is also known as the fire elements. It's the fire of your words, the fire of your movement, of your action. Gorgeous. Inhale, come on up. And release. Good. Come on back to, go ahead and inhale your arms up. I'll take you down. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, bow forward. And then step back downward dog, but I want you to come on down to your knees. And then take your right knee in front of your left knee. Right knee in front of your left knee. And start to sit back between your heels. Maybe that means you have to put a block there. Block between your heels. If you can't sit back between your heels on a block, bring your right shin in front of your left shin. And then bring your fingertips to the floor, press down onto the floor, lift your chest a lot. The Earth Goddess. Beautiful. Nice, Kathy. Yes, beautiful. Nice, Angela. And then if you can, start to walk forward, bringing your head down closer to the floor in front of you. If that doesn't work for you, stay upright. Nice, Lydia. Nancy. Gorgeous, Ellen. Breathe into the place of the pelvis. Push those hips back, widen those sit bones. Engage your breath, especially your exhale. If anybody wants to be live in class on Saturday, I know there's just a couple more spaces open. Otherwise, I will be here on Zoom as well. I won't be here. I'll be back in the studio, obviously. And then following Thursday, next Thursday, I will be opening up the studio space as well for this class. Come on, walk back up. Release your legs. Maybe take it through downward facing dog. Maybe take it through a vinyasa. So eventually you'll show up with your left knee in front of your right knee, Gomukhasana. So take it through whatever movement you would like. And eventually show back up with your left knee on top of your right. And again, if that doesn't work, left shin in front of your right. Make sure your feet stay active. So maybe your pinky toes pressed into the floor. You maybe flex a little bit here. And then the other thing I love here is as you press down into your fingertips, lift up into your chest so your spine gets really long. And then if you'd like to walk forward, feel that caress at your lower back. Breathe deeply, my friends. So we're opening up the body so that we can stay in that place of remembrance that we're here for purpose and the world is doing what it needs to do for us to elevate ourselves. And slowly come back up. Go ahead and straighten those legs out in front of you and lie on your back, hug your knees into your chest. Good, come into happy baby pose. All access. Good, knees wide, hug your shins in. You can go side to side if you want. That's kind of lovely. Or not, either way. And then go ahead and take your right knee on top of your left knee. And this time take your knee, did I say it wrong? Knee on top of knee, Margie. There you go. Take hold of your ankles and pull your ankles wide and apart. Pull apart. I know I usually squeeze in, but today I want you to pull apart, just like you did in Gomukhasana. Lift your chest, soften your navel. And breathe. Don't worry. You are a vessel of love and light. And the more work you do in the world in that way will elevate the world. Good, go ahead and change sides. Margie, I just read your note, thank you. I'm trying to be cuter these days. So what else do we have to do but love? All right, what do you think? You guys stay here while we're thinking together. What do you think about shoulder stand? Don't come out of it yet. What do you think about shoulder stand? If you're not up for shoulder stand today, then that's totally fine for you to take your legs straight up to the sky. Go ahead and start to come on out. But we know the goddess pose is one of the goddesses, the feminine pose is shoulder stand. So if you're up for it, maybe a blanket underneath your shoulders. Make sure if the blanket's under your shoulders, your head is not on the blanket, please. That's a mistake we make. We want your head to be on your mat, your shoulders to be on the blanket so it lifts you up off your neck. And then maybe take those legs up to the sky and work into shoulder stand. This is a perfect pose to help to stimulate thyroid, parathyroid. It helps to turn the energy opposite. Heart gets a break. Breathe deeply here. The goddess is rising, she's rising, she's rising. The goddess is rising, she's rising in you. Really nice. Breathe deeply wherever you are. Maybe move those legs back toward plank. Hello, plow. Maybe drop those knees towards your ears, which will be a nice stretch. If you're in plow pose and it's comfortable for you, walk your legs to the right. And then walk your legs to the left. And then slowly, slowly begin to lower down one vertebra at a time. As you arrive back down on your mat, bring the soles of your feet together, please. And let your knees drop wide and breathe deeply into your pelvis. I invoke the Divine Mother Shri as Pingala, the one who embodies the color of newness. May the Divine Mother Shri as Pingala fill my inner and outer surroundings with the energy of newness. May I see her emanation in the smooth, glowing skin of children and in the quickness of their minds. May I see her in the shine on a new leaf and feel her presence in the freshness of the air. May I experience her as my ability to let go of the past, my determination to live in the present, my enthusiasm for envisioning a bright future. I pray to the Divine Mother, Shri as Pingala, the goddess of newness, because I know under her protection and guidance, I can succeed in serving your will, pulling mortals and myself out of their dark past. We call on what I love about the Sri Sukta, the verses, there's 16 of them. What I love about these verses is it says, please, please carry me to, or bring to me the Divine Mother Lakshmi. Any way she can come, I'll go to her, she can come to me. Right? It's like however I find her in me, however I find that place in me, that doesn't worry, that understands there's so much in the universe that we do not understand, so we relax around it. So here, bring your knees back together, plant your feet, and either bring yourself up into bridge or put a block underneath your sacrum. Yep, that's another option too. If you want to come into full wheel, you're totally ready for such a thing. Wherever you are, though, watch, especially because we're playing with the tops of those thighs. See if even if you go into full wheel, if you can drop your butt for just a minute and soften the groins and widen the inner thighs. And then as you lift back up, you're not pushing your thighs to get hard. Cute, Gwen. Good. If you're in bridge without a block, feel free to come back down. If you're in there with a block, go ahead and stay for another moment. One of the things that is suggested in celebration of Lakshmi is to clean your house. So you make space in your mind so that you can receive all the blessings that maybe we're missing. Go ahead and lower down as you feel ready and hug your knees into your chest. I would like one more back bend. So that might mean coming back into bridge, turning over onto your belly, coming into your bow pose, maybe coming up into camel. Maybe some of you are feeling a little extra spicy and you want to do an inversion, maybe a forearm stand and bring your heels towards your butt. So some sort of back bend here of choice. Make it creative and fun. You know, absolutely not to hurt yourself, but if there's a back bend that you've been wanting to play with, your body is pretty darn ready for that now. Engage through those shins, please. Nice, Meryl Streep. Good, Susan. Nancy. Lydia, beautiful. Great, Jen. You guys are taking care of yourself so beautifully, right? There's that little thought, and I'm not sure what book it's from, but that little thought that I think it's actually, now that I'm thinking about it, it could be from Guru Mai. But that thought, like that, it's really nice when you need help, when somebody reaches out to help you. But it's even as nice when that you need help and somebody says, you got this. You got this. You can do this. Look, you're almost there. It's really beautiful to know we got this. Come on down if you're still in a back bend, maybe into child's for a moment. And we're going to come up and do just another little mantra together before we lay on our backs to rest. So when you're ready, come on up and come into a comfortable cross-legged seat. And I love this mantra. It calls on the cosmic healer within all of us. Calls on the cosmic healer. Om Shri Dhanvantre Namaha. Om Shri Dhanvantre Namaha. Om Shri. So maybe you want to bring your thumb and first finger to touch. Maybe you just want your palms open. Maybe you want to drop your right palm on top of your left and let your thumbs come to touch. So you're lifted up nice and tall here. And we'll say it again 9 times together. So it's Dhanvantre. So we'll do it together. Om Shri Dhanvantre Namaha. 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 Take a deep breath in, please. And as you exhale, stay in silence for just a moment. You can stay to meditate here or lie down on your back to rest. If you choose to lie down on your back, maybe take it into a bit of a spinal twist first, right knee in and then left. If you're seated before you go into meditation, maybe take it into a little twist. Remember, mantra is medicine for the mind, so that when you worry, you can insert Om, Aim, Hreem, Shreem. Om, Aim, Hreem, Shreem. Om, Aim, Hreem, Shreem. Use this technology that we have called yoga. Use it. It will serve you well. If you're lying on your back, go ahead and start to stretch your body. If you're seated, you can start to stretch your body as well. If you're lying on your back, feel free to roll to your right side. Come on up to sit. As always, I am so blessed by your presence. I am so in love with each and every one of you. Bring your hands together to your heart center. Chant the sound of Om. Deep breath in. Om. Release your hands down. Open your eyes. I hope you have a beautiful day, you guys. Make it great. I'll see you soon.
Have a wonderful time.
Thank you so much. So much.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Enjoy.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, beautiful.
You're right. Thank you.
Love, love, love.
Thanks, Cheryl. Great to see you having a good time up there. Enjoy that sunshine.
Thank you so much, Angela. I love you so much. Are you going to come back for Kundalini? Okay, good.
Yeah, I'll see you in a bit.
Okay, good.
Okay,
Excellent.
bye.
Bye, beautifuls. Bye, 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 bye. Bye, Kathy. Are you?
Goodbye. Oh my God. When I read all the food you made up there, I'm like, why didn't I go?
I don't know why you aren't here. Well, I do know you do have a husband who needs
I
you.
have a husband. Yeah.
Yeah.
All I do. Yeah. It's more
No,
fun.
we did knock out crazy food because I was just like, let's try to do a day where we're not doing pasta, bread, rice, any kind of that. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but I'm just like, let's see. We made just the best, most, I mean, last night's dinner, even breakfast, everything was just like so off the charts. And I swear it's your house. I swear it's the goddess. Of course, it's me and Eileen, of course.
Of course. But you get inspired there, as do I.
Yeah.
You get
Well, you also, yeah, you have more time too. So,
yeah,
so
I'm
good.
glad you were able to use the house.
All right, beautiful. So I'll talk to you later.
Please
Okay.
throw out that bread. Did you
What?
see? Please throw out the bread I forgot to bring
Oh,
home.
yeah. Is that in the fridge?
No, it's to the right of the toaster oven,
Okay.
which is why I missed it.
I'll go look. I'll throw it. You know what else you have is a mustard from January.
Ran out in January. Yeah.
Should I
Yeah.
throw that too?
Yes, please. I brought home a whole bag of expired stuff last time. I must have missed it.
We opened up your other mustard. I hope that was okay. It was one that was sitting on the counter that wasn't open yet. So we used that in one of our
course.
dressings. Of course.
Have whatever you want out of there.
I know. I knew that you'd say that. All right, honey bunny. I'll talk to you later. Love you.
Bye
And
bye. Love you.
you. I'll see you guys soon, okay? Bye, everybody.